Would you prefer us to?
That's fine.
No. Let us be aware of the environment around us, be it the items in your room, the place on which you are seated, the space in which the body is immersed. Just be aware of just being. As we sit for meditation, we have no agenda, no words, no concepts. Just an awareness of how we are seated, an awareness of whatever the attention seeks. We direct it in a sense, that is, we follow wherever it settles, and there become aware. Now, throughout the day, you may have been aware of all kinds of activities. These may also come to your mind. You allow them. They have a right to be there. Let them come, let them go. And these may consist of anxieties, doubts, fears, impressions, delights, moments of joy, moments of reflection, conversations. All of these incidents are in the past. They belong in a kind of mental train that has dropped them off in the past. We should also not look to the future in this awareness. We should not look to future anxieties or plans. That means where we sit, this is where we bring our awareness. As we become aware, first of the environment, we are also aware of the physical body. We cannot fully be aware of every single part, for many parts of the body are working mechanically, simply doing what they do. like a clock running without our interference. Perhaps we can be aware of the contact of our physical body with the seat on which we are sitting. Perhaps we can be aware how it feels. Perhaps we can be aware of accumulated tension in the solar plexus area. And if that is so, let us release it, relax it, let it go. We can allow the entire body to adopt a let go attitude, releasing all the tensions from the shoulders and the neck, all the joints, allow them to relax into a state of automation where blood is being circulated, carrying nourishment to every cell of the body, and taking away used material. A thoroughly efficient machine. Made from living organisms. A converting mechanism that takes the raw material around us that is edible to a human being and converting it into a very different thing, resulting in a burst of energy. And what is exhausted from it will be shed in the sense of dead cells and skin, or matter to be expelled, or air to be expelled, carbon dioxide to be expelled. And this marvelous machine is seated, and we can be aware as much as possible of every single muscle and every joint. We can be aware of the presence of thousands, nay, billions, nay, trillions of cells that make up this human body. Let us be aware also of our reaction to this. You may find a sense of contentment coming, perhaps a feeling of thankfulness that can extend not only to the body, but all the resources around it. The air that is freely supplied with just the right proportion of oxygen, given off by trees and plants. We can perhaps be aware of the mutual loving exchange, giving back some carbon dioxide, so that we will see and soon realize that every single part of our universe is interdependent and working in a synergistic way, in complete harmony. What disrupts this harmony is the internal flux of thoughts that come and go. And we can be aware of these thoughts now, not trying to change them or criticize them or sort them into good or bad, but just being aware of whatever is bubbling up. Among our awareness can be the labeling of things with the use of words, impressions, ideas, feelings, all these can come up. And we are the witness, just enjoying the status of observing. We will not make the mistake of directing anything, simply watching. We're also watching for that moment of stillness, where all things settle, like dust having its frantic moment, pushed by the wind here and there, but finally settling. We won't force it. We simply patiently wait for the breakthrough of sheer silence. And we can shift our attention back to the body, viewing it as an instrument for a purpose that is self-organized. And we can look at the mental field as an area where creative ideas bubble up, enter and leave, a kind of stage where performance happens. In either case, I am the witness. And soon we will find a certain calmness entering. And again, we can register the feeling. Perhaps it is a feeling of settlement, contentment, peace. Now we can do more than witness this feeling of contentment and peace and inner joy. We can visualize this as expanding from a center within us, expanding and transforming the whole environment in its wake. And accompanied with this feeling, and this assertion and this direction can be a wish that all beings, animate, inanimate, subtle, or expansive, that all beings, all organisms, that is, all things with parts assembled, all beings, may they be happy, May they be peaceful and blissful. We can view this body as an effect. It is created by an internal structure called mind. Mind is its subtle version. And however it is directed and whatever impressions it receives, whatever it entertains, we can see that it is manifest in the body and manifest in the environment that suits the body as people, places, events. With a kind of blessing attitude, we can assert the great, great values and qualities that we would like to see in all beings of strength and truth and beauty, goodness, love and harmony. Let these virtues beam out like rays from the sun, embracing everyone universally with a certain sense of omnipresence. May all beings be strong and wise and full and free and true. Let us see that everything really is composed of pure energy. And these thoughts which are moving out, as it were, are just agitations of subtle energy which find their transforming effect in all things made from energy. Energy is the only thing that exists. And energy, we can see, seems to come in the form of various combinations of waves, producing the effects that crystallizes and mobilizes everything. This great impulse, this great first movement is a manifestation of Om. This Om we can internally repeat. We do it slowly. We do it so that the vibration lasts. And sometimes we can represent this great creative mover, the Creator itself, with a special form and name divinely dispatched to me. Whatever that name is, we can repeat this now. Not just as a repetition, but as something with value that leads the mind to adoration of the name itself. Let us continuously repeat this name, this mantra that we have, and if we have not got, then take your most personal ideal of that highest and name this. Whether it is Buddha or Jesus whether it is Rama or Krishna, whether it is Saraswati or Durga, whether it is the Queen of Heaven, whether it is the Supreme Spirit, whatever it is, make a sound embodiment and repeat lovingly this name. Until we find that this loving recitation of this holy name will lead us to the presence of that being. The value of such a name and such a mantra is not much if it does not bring you into the presence of that pure being. Pronounce the name slowly and allow the presence of this most personal, chosen ideal to grow on you. And ask the mind, in what form do you experience this presence? Is it as light, or as devotion or union, as darkness or dryness? When this presence becomes vivid, enter into it and rest in it. And if the presence tends to be dim, take up the recitation of this again and again. And once you have had this feeling of intimacy, add some words of endearment to this most beloved. Words of love and thankfulness. Pour them out from your very heart. And allow this inner presence to occupy the palace of the body, the throne room of the mind. Expand this so that all borders dissolve within it, until you feel only pure being with no specific space or time, just sheer presence of pure being.